What's going on, guys? This is Total War Master here. Thanks for stopping by. And today I have for you guys a Total War Rome 2 battle. This is going to be a 3v3 on the map of Arsamosata. I don't know how to say it. I'm going to be playing as Parthia. My allies are going to be Pontus and the I can't remember who these guys are. These Salids. I don't know how to pronounce it. And we're going to be going up against two Roman armies as well as Epirus. So, I'm going to real quick put the battle comps. Remember, as always, I'm going to put my teams on this side. I'm going to put the enemy teams on this side. So, we should be good. As you guys can probably already tell, this was probably going to be a massacre because we're going up against two Roman armies, and when you're fighting against two Roman armies here as factions like these, it's going to be fairly hard to do, especially when they're encamped on a hill here. But you know, we did tell them, you know, hey, give us some leniency here. You know, it's going to be an obvious slaughter if you have positions like this up here. So they you know, I think it's really honorable that they actually, you know, gave us a chance here to allow us to, you know, at least have a chance at this point. Because if you were like one of my teammates or something, we had no clue what we were going to do. And then when they started to move on down, we were like, oh, thank God, we can finally have like some sort of battle plan. So you can see I'm going to be moving up my Parthian swordsman. I'm going to be the first one to kind of just break the ice here. Pontus is going to be bringing in his cav units, and he's going to start bringing them around on the left flank. So I'm going to be bringing my armored horse archers now. Crap, I lost my... I forgot what I was going to say. Something about the horses. Oh yeah, okay. Parthia's horses are like they're real good horsemen. I like them. I like to use them for their intended purposes, obviously, as just good breakwaters if need be. You know, obviously coming in from behind if a unit is getting bogged down or something like that. And I use my armored horse archers to do that too, not just my shot cav, because they're equally good at that. And I love the... We're gonna get hit. So we're gonna get hit by some artillery. This armored horse archer unit does take a lot of beatings, though, I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, as I said, the only thing that, you know, separates them from the shot cav anyway is that, ooh, there goes more, is that they don't have the trample ability. That ability is actually a really cool ability. There goes more. I like it. The only cost is that, you know, they get tired really easily. So as you can see, I'm going to charge right into these Syrian archers. So there they go. I'm going to charge into these other archers, just to buy my ally here some time to get his archers set up. But I kind of caught up in the I got caught up in the moment, and by the time I realized that his spear infantry was coming in, I pulled back, but I couldn't pull back fast enough. So you see, even if I did try to do a movement order, it would have just got bogged down by these spear infantries. You can see I'm trying to get them out of there as quick as I can, but they're just going to get bogged down. Yeah, so I'm technically forced to fight them. I really did wish that my opponent, my ally, kind of tried to put his arrows all in this glob here, but he couldn't. So you can see I'm going to start flanking them with my light archers as well with my Parthian swordsmen. We're going to move on up, and I'm going to try... You can see that basically they're going to try and charge into these spear infantries and these pike infantries. And to those of you who don't know, pikes and spears, when placed in certain formations, are the most OP things that you could ever go against in Rome. It's really hard. There is a way to like bypass a pike unit to where you might win it, but it's really hard to do that, especially when it's just a huge fucking line like that. So you can see I tried to spare my opponent of just the ownage here, and I just tried to stop him with my swordsman. So you can see I'm going to bring in my shot cav right there. I was going to charge into the archers, which is what I probably should have done, but I bypassed it and went for his general. Now, this probably would have worked had my Pontus friend charged with me, but, you know, obviously it was a weak charge. We didn't get any kills, so it was a stalemate. As you can see now, we have some VJLs coming in. They're going to hit me from behind. I'm going to charge my shot cav right into these, where were they? Triley, I don't know how to say it. Spear infantry. I'm going to bring up my, I think my last and final swordsman unit. And bring them in onto these gulps of units. As you can see, I'm going to charge my cataphracts into the Syrian auxiliary archers. Obviously, my allies are doing their work here. They are just destroying these Roman soldiers here. I really do wish that they kept the way the pikes worked in Rome 1, whereas in here, in Rome 1, they tried to like hit those pikes out of the way so they could get in there. But I mean, so so that unit's gone, broken, out. Guys are getting attacked left and right. So there goes our first opponent here. I'm not too sure who this person was, but he was encamped up there. But we're gonna have to go against our second opponent, which is doing a fairly standard defensive line here. He has his heavy melee infantry up front with his slingers in back, and the same thing behind. So that's a pretty standard formation, not for Rome anyway, but it's a pretty standard formation. And he's gonna end up bringing his spear infantry along to his flanks here as well. You can see we are now finally routing the last of the Hestate. So the last of the Romans are gone here. You can see they're going to start panicking now, and they're going to start throwing as much fireball artillery as they can at my ally. Basically into his pike infantry. Yeah, Alright, see, here they come. So we finally overcame, and we finished off the last of those Hastati. Now, it comes to the point where we need to be able to attack this formation and somehow break it apart. You can see we now have, crap, what was his name? I can't remember what the faction names are. It's just Epirus, there we go, Epirus. Epirus is going to move in as a reinforcing army, I believe, but if he had his full army over here, then yeah, he probably would have helped him. But since I have my heavy spear infantry here, he has to separate them and try to keep me busy and bog me down here. Otherwise, I'll be able to come in from behind him and just completely wreck his army. So he's got to send in half over there and half over there, effectively dividing his army and destroying his strength. But as you can see, I'm going to start moving in my... we're going to slowly go in and then we're going to charge. We're going to hit their flank here. It's best to hit that flank. So there they go. I do kind of wish that my ally had come with his troops a little bit quicker, because at that point, my guys just charged in there for nothing. They are keeping them bogged down, but it probably would have helped out if he had his heavy guys come in too. As you can see, they're trying, man. They are really trying. I'm going to bring in some sword men right here, and we're going to attack, I believe, these vigils. I wanted to try and break through and hit these missile infantry, the Syrian archers. Never mind, I completely disregarded it and attacked right into the rear here. So you can see we're completely hitting as much as we can here. I have my my horse archers going in. We're gonna flank them from behind. Poor things are trying to get their shots in, but those catapults are just blocking the arrows. So I'm gonna charge in right behind along with my allies' chariots. I have to say, if it weren't for these chariots, I don't think we would have been able to get through as much as we did. Because those chariots really did a number. Yeah, so I got my missile infantry out of there as quick as I could. I'm going to use a general's ability. I'm going to bring in my general here. And it's actually kind of funny what I did. Around this time it started to lag a little bit, and I was trying to do like attack orders and move orders and stuff, and at this point I was like, screw it, I'm just going to dismount him, and I'm just going to charge him right into these legionary cohorts. Yeah, so there they go. Probably a bad idea to do, but I did it anyway. So as you can see, my opponent had to divide his army. He's effectively, he kind of, yeah, he threw his very heavies at me. He doesn't really have that many heavy infantry left. Does he? Yeah, so he does have some heavy spear infantry left, but he probably would have benefited if he had more of these guys supporting him. And you know what? I knew that my mercenary hoplites weren't going to survive, and I had no intention on really helping them. Oh, there we go. Yeah, see, I had a feeling. I was like, what the hell? But I had no intention on trying to save these guys. I just wanted them there to keep them occupied. As you can see now, we're starting to make some defensive formations. We're taking a page from the Roman guy's book here, and we're going to start forming a defensive position. It's actually kind of funny here, because they're like, oh, hell no. I don't want to charge in that shit. I'd rather take the arrows. But you can see the fighting here is starting to spill into their lines, or my allies' lines. So yeah, it's starting to spill into the pikemans. I'm going to charge in my general to support. I'm going to charge in my shot cav into these legionary cohorts so we can break up that fighting. So activate war cry on these cohorts here, just so we can get them to, you know, get the hell out of here more quickly. As you can see, I have literally no more infantry. The only infantry I have is over there, and they're doomed. So I technically have the cav now. My ally still has his cav, I believe, but they're limited. So I have to kind of be careful with my cav here. So like I said, this is actually kind of funny. Neither side wants to charge into here. Only these guys were the brave ones that went in there and charged. But unfortunately, they are down for the count. But you can see, our opponent is really trying hard here to flank, but he just does not have adequate infantry to do that. So he has his Cretan archers here, but that's not going to be very effective. He could probably try and take on these Western slingers, but they do look like they have a fair amount of armor. Wool, whatever the hell those are. They do too, so I'm not too sure who would win in a skirmish against that. As you can see, I charged in the last of my horse archers, try to get these hoplites away, and it did effectively work. See, for some reason he kept on moving his hoplites into my armored horse archers. So I'm going to take that opportunity and charge my cataphracts into his hoplite infantry. And I'm going to activate the trample ability here in a couple of seconds, I believe. Okay, I guess I didn't use trample on that round then. But as you can see, he's finally routed my guys here. It was at a big cost, though. You can see that most of them are tired, winded, and they have lost troops, obviously, during the fighting. So when they get over here, they're obviously not going to have very effective combat abilities. So they're basically useless now. I still have my general going to charge into these Cretan archers. Or actually, he's going to charge into this general's bodyguard then. So yeah, there he goes. But basically, this battle is pretty much ours. There is really no way that they're going to be able to break through a pike wall like this unless they effectively come on around, and I don't think that's going to be a possibility. So there is a good way of trying to bypass pike infantry, like I explained before. but what you basically do is you have to use like a fairly heavy infantry unit. Can't be pikes. It has to be something that has loose spacing in it, and then you have to stretch them out as long as you can, and then just charge into that pike unit. What they'll do is they'll get bunched here, and don't get me wrong, they'll lose a lot of troops. But what they'll do is they'll start globbing up around, and then it'll be able to get a chance to shoot at the sides of the pikes here, and it should work depending on the morale of your troop. So if you use like just a militia unit, then obviously they're not going to work too well. If you use like a Praetorian Guard unit, then yeah, it might work. But I have rarely used that, and most of the times when I do, it works. But there are times where it doesn't. So in certain situations or scenarios, it works. In this scenario here, if you were to do that over there, it wouldn't have worked because there was too many people. There was too many bunched. Maybe at the end of the pike line here, but no, I don't think it would have worked. So as you can see, most of the guys that were fighting over there are now exhausted. They're tired, and they don't have any kind of combat effectiveness anymore. So there they go. I have my general still alive, which is an achievement for me. Normally I lose my general at this point in the battle. But I can start seeing that the Pontic swordsmen are starting to lose their fights here. So I'm going to move my general around, and I'm going to charge from behind into these hoplites. These guys are just trying as much as they can to try and bring victory. As you can see, there goes my general. I did activate his trample ability right there, and then the battle was ours and we won. So let's go ahead and look. There it is right here. So it was a Priag victory. I can understand why it's a Priag victory. Good game to my opponents. They fought really well. Let's see here. I ended up bringing a fair amount of troops. I ended up actually bringing the less amount, though. But I did end up getting the most kills and the most losses as well, on my team anyway. Okay, you know what? I take it back. Pontus got the most kills. So let's look at their army here. I'm looking for these chariots. These chariots did the most damage here with 556 kills. So really good, really good. Chariots are really good, obviously, for breaking up those formations. Spider Pig did fairly well as well. So did Vospergoff and Vortex. Seems like the most kills that I got on my team was these Eastern Cataphract units, so the Shot Cav. The Seleucids, they did fairly well, especially with their pike infantry. So, anyway, good games to my opponents, Vortex, Spider Pig, and Vospergoff, and good games to my allies, Fantastic Gameril and Zalif 365. Had fun playing with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. One more thing I'd like to address, guys, is the giveaway. I was actually surprised to see how much momentum we actually got on the first day of that giveaway. So that giveaway, guys, I didn't express a date for which it was going to end. This giveaway is going to end on... let me look at my calendar real quick, because I know I put it on the calendar. Um, that giveaway is going to end on August 24th, which is a Wednesday at 12 p.m. Not a.m., p.m. So noon, Eastern or Central Time. Excuse me, Central. So, just letting you guys know that it will end around there. Remember, guys, do as much as you can. Hopefully, you guys will win. You know what games are going to be given out. So, anyway, guys, this is Total War Master signing off.